Well, it's that time of the show where we bring in a guest to chop it up with us. And trust me, today is a very special guest. You know her as Grammy nominated hip hop icon, actor, author. She's the voice of every major award show on TV and just an all around legend. Y'all join me in saying, "What's up, cousin?" to MC Lyte.
What's up?
What's up, cousin? How you feeling? You're looking good, looking fly per usual.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be with y'all here today.
Cool. Well, Lyte, it is truly an honor and a privilege to have you here today. You are somebody who stands on the pantheon of not just female hip hop, but hip hop, period. You define a generation of people who decided to commit full throttle to the culture. You are a liaison for us. So like I said earlier, it is truly an honor and a privilege to have you here with us today, because you also have a new project dropping today. Congratulations. Let's clap it up for our cousin one time, Samaria. Clap it up for the cousin. So your new single, Thank You, featuring Money Long and Mary, produced by Pastor Warren Campbell, shout out to CWC, is a record rooted in faith and thankfulness. At this stage of life, when making music and even films, how much of the formula is expressing yourself and saying what you feel versus giving audiences what you think and it feels like they want?
Oh wow, that's pretty interesting. Well, first off, I want to also add Knots the Ruler. He's a producer on this track as well, out of VA, and so he gave us the impetus of the track, the foundation, and then Warren put all of his musicality on top of it, which is really important. I think for the most part, I come first. I got to feel like what it is that I'm tapping into is my truth. So I want to keep it real honest and 100 with all of what it is that I bring forth. So once I've gotten that done, I really feel like if you're true to self, that it will resonate with people. It's almost like when you go see a great movie and the people are acting to the degree that it makes you want to cry. They're telling the truth within the confines of the script. And so that's what I want to be able to do, is touch people with honesty with this record. And I think we're achieving it.
Okay. I saw the views on YouTube. They're going crazy.
Oh, that's good.
It's going up.
Good. And of course, we've got King with Queen Latifah. And then we have Woman with Big Daddy Kane and Saul from Salt and Pepper and Raheem Devine. And all of the songs that we've put out thus far have been received very well. And I felt like all of them are poignant and necessary for this moment.
See, I was going to ask you, why did you feel like now was a good time to release some music?
Well, first off, we started off the year in with Women History Month, and we did Woman. After releasing that, I ran into LL, and he kind of challenged me. So I was like, I got to come with it now, because he talk about I'm scared. I'm like, scared to do what? It's like, you scared? It's okay, like, get over your fear. Like, it wasn't even a discussion that we had, but I had admitted to some type of fear. I was like, so you putting out music? That's great. He said, yeah, when you putting out yours? I was like, I wasn't really thinking about, oh yeah, stop being scared and put it out. But I was like, whatever.
Yo, L's album is fire. He just dropped his album, I think last week or the week before. He's kind of going crazy right now. He feel like he's been reinvigorated. He got passion. He got fire in his soul for music right now. It's beautiful to see. I love it.
That's who he is. That's why they call him the GOAT. He's one who has made it through the test of time, and so he's experienced everything. He's like on that train. He's on that train that starts at one stop and goes all the way to the end. And he's seen people come off the train, leave off the train. And it's no wonder that it just lives within him. And, sometimes TV, those 14-hour a day jobs take you away from the love of it takes you away from music, but doesn't take you away from the love that you have for it. So I expected him to be back.
So very much in hip hop, as in sports, your peers are your competitors, right? So how do you manage keeping healthy relationships with your peers while simultaneously wanting them to know that you can still bust their ass at any given moment?
I don't know that I think of when I'm writing a song today, I'm going to kick somebody's ass. I'm not thinking
Okay.
about that. I'm thinking about how can I uplift you? How can I teach you something that you don't already know? And how is it maybe that I can change your mind about something? Or actually put on display my connection with God? Or, like you may have heard of him, but I'm going to tell you how good a relationship can be with him. So I'm just looking to teach something new.
Yeah, speaking
Gotcha.
of those peers, who would you say is your Mount Rushmore of women in rap all time? It's tough. I'm sorry.
Oof. Well, I definitely have to say Salt and Pepper because I listened to them growing up, and much of their style I implemented in mine, like before I really found my voice. Before I released a record, I said a lot of their stuff to get my chops up, to get my voice up. Um, I happen to really be a fan of Tierra Whack. I think her uncanny like ability to just freestyle off the cuff about any and everything is admirable. I've never been a freestyler to that degree. I've always enjoyed writing what I'm thinking about so that I can put it in its proper format. So kudos to all of the freestylers out there. Um,
Yeah.
So Tierra Whack is going on the Mount Rushmore?
yeah, I got
That's
a corner. I got
that's
a new corner.
Okay.
wow,
So
that's high
now
praise.
I
That's
gotta
high
stick
praise.
somebody.
Yes.
I gotta stick somebody in the middle right there. And I think I'm gonna have to go with Queen Latifah because of the songs that she has gifted us with. UNITY and Ladies First are two of the biggest songs on the planet from a woman MC. And so I got to give it up to her.
Yeah, big
And
Jersey. You heard that, Samaria. Big Jersey in the building.
Not
okay,
little Jersey,
outside
big
of
Jersey.
outside of Tierra Whack though, who are some of the younger artists that you like right now?
Oh, I'm into all of them for different reasons, but Rhapsody for sure. She's got a new record. She's touring the world right now, just coming back to the States. Baby Tate, Lady London,
Okay.
I'm a big fan of. Flo Millie. I'm in love with how it is they have really enveloped the concept of business. They're all bosses. And I think that's of great importance. And of course, all of the ones that are on the front line that get all of the glory and all of the shine now. I have a huge amount of respect for any woman who can get in this game, remain, maintain, and then elevate. It takes a lot.
For sure. I'm gonna give you one more. Doechii. You
Yeah,
got Doechii drop.
Yes.
Oh my God, that new
yeah,
album she dropped is crazy.
yeah. Doechii is
Just
hot,
creative
and
genius all over the place.
I feel her love and respect for the
For the
culture, which
for
I
the
really
craft.
really can
For the
appreciate.
Yeah, she's a craftswoman. Like she doesn't take any bars off, and I appreciate that. Let's pivot to sports a little bit. We heard around the block that you were a 49ers fan. Why are we a 49ers fan when we from New York? Can we have a little bit of an explanation on that?
Yeah, sure thing. My dude, believe it or not, who's from Philly, is a 49ers fan. I know.
That's
It's so,
that's
What?
crazy.
it's so crazy. He followed the players. He followed the players as a
Okay,
young kid.
got it.
But yeah, I enjoy the game. As a matter of fact, I watched a couple of them last week. I used to be really upset with the time, the time to set up something else. ADHD. I'm like, what else can I get into? But now I've learned to just sit and kind of in between the plays and wait for the next down to be had.
That is interesting. Would you have you ever rooted for a New York team?
Yes, absolutely. I
Okay.
remember going to Knicks games. I remember watching the Yankees with my grandpa.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. That's good. Okay, so
Okay.
let's go to the Super Bowl. That has been a hot topic for the last week. As someone who has paved the way for so many in hip hop, how does it feel to see hip hop take center stage at an event that is this big?
Um, it's it's amazing. I just say, being in it for as long as I have, we have come a really, really long way. From the days of radio not even wanting to play hip hop. So, of course, all the way to this particular day with the NFL and a halftime show. And also, I'm the voice of the halftime show. So it's hip hop, all over the
Oh,
game and in between. And I just love it. And I guess, JayZ's involvement and participation has brought a new level of respect for what it is that we all do and for the culture. And I think it's made for good collaboration.
yeah. I mean, with all due respect to like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, I'm glad that we getting halftime shows that are a little bit more cultural for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I respect, all the legends, but it's nice to see some melanin at the halftime performance. I'm sure by now you've heard about Kendrick Lamar being announced as the halftime performer for Super Bowl 50. It's down in New Orleans. Many felt like Lil Wayne was the obvious choice. It didn't quite go that way. There's been a lot of conversation around that. Do you have any feelings or sentiments one way or the other about whether Kendrick Lamar was the right choice or whether Lil Wayne should have been the selected halftime performer?
Yeah, I mean, I can't tell you the right or wrong choice. What I can say is I empathize with Lil Wayne as well as all of his many, many, many fans across the world and specifically in New Orleans. I know what it feels like to think that he is the person for that and not have the establishment themselves agree, but instead choose someone else. So I feel a lot of empathy for him, but I also understand that, just as quick as it comes is as quick as it goes. He'll be all right.
All right, let's
Absolutely.
pivot to women's basketball. Obviously, Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese have just, I mean, they just got into the WNBA and just kind of took it to a different level. There have been some people that have been dismissive of their impact, Cheryl Swoops, unfortunately. But what do you make of the way that Angel and Caitlin have come into the WNBA?
I think it's amazing. I think it's what it's needed. We've seen what the WNBA was. I remember seeing Cheryl Swoops play. I remember seeing Dawn and all of those folks at the very beginning. And now to see what it's grown to and to see that people actually want to be at the games to watch the WNBA. That's a huge feat won. So I think anyone that can bring a certain level of excitement with personality and with drive, I think they're doing a fantastic job. And so I won't be the one to say that it's not a big deal.
I want to pivot back to music just for a second here, because I think this is an important conversation that also takes place in sports as well. Sometimes the newer generation does not necessarily give reverence in our culture for the legends that established the culture. I want to know for you, how important do you feel it is for younger artists and consumers to be familiar with our legacy acts in hip hop specifically?
I think it's really important, but it's up to each individual. Unfortunately, it could be a lot of things that I think people should learn, but if they don't if they don't feel like it, then it's all for nothing. I do feel like it makes a richer existence to know what was before in any forum. Be it political activists, be it singers, actors, all of entertainment, just history on uh, how things were made, who made them, what was Tulsa like before. What was or lied beneath Lake Lanier. I'm just interested in things that happened before I got here because I really want to know why they are like this. And so I just think, as it relates to hip hop, it would be nice if the younger generation decided that it was important to know the entire picture and not just what was being forced upon them right now. And I say forced because, radio has its way of what it is that they're going to push and promote in a cycle that's continuous. And if you don't go out and search for things that make you happy, you'll be forced into thinking what is being presented to you is enough.
Is it incumbent upon the established artists, or should younger artists reach out to the legacy acts? Who should foster that relationship? Who should take the first steps
right now? You're talking about acts right now. I thought we were talking about listeners of hip hop. I think it's a little bit of both. And it just depends on the type of person you are. It's not one size fits all, or this overlooming everything has to be this way. It just so happens that I'm one of those folks that leaves myself open for Lady London to call, or for Rhapsody to call, or Tierra Whack, or whoever, the younger generation is, because upon meeting them, I assured them that I can be a well of knowledge if they want to, ask questions or get informed about something they may not know within the music business. But there are several others who probably feel like they'll figure it out, and there are also the younger generation is just like, I'm good, I don't need no help, like whatever happened to her ain't gonna happen to me, so I don't know what she could teach me. I don't know how they think, but I just know that it's a varied way. It's not just one, just one way.
All right, so next up with our cousin MC Lyte, we are going to segue into a new segment called This or That. We're going to lob some questions to Lyte, and she is going to choose which she prefers. All right, This is totally at her discretion. If you want to stay neutral, I understand and respect the politics, okay? So don't feel pressured to respond, but feel encouraged to answer. First question. All right, Michael Jordan or LeBron James?
Spike Lee? No. I'm going to go with Michael Jordan.
Okay, staying in the NBA, Kobe or Steph?
Damn. You know what? Damn. Oh, that's too hard.
Okay.
That's too hard.
Ooh,
I agree.
That's saying something. That's saying something. All right, let's take it hip hop. JayZ or Nas?
Oof. Damn. What are y'all trying to do over there?
It's new. You can say neutral. It's Queens versus Brooklyn. I don't know. You let me know.
Yeah, I don't like what y'all doing over there. You trying to corner a sister. Neutral.
It's only getting worse. Outkast or Wu-Tang?
You said it's only. You know why that seems like it's only going to get worse for you is because you're in Atlanta, right?
No. Yeah.
Okay. Wu-Tang.
Okay. Good
Respect. Ooh, this is tough for me. Lauryn Hill or Erykah Badu?
Damn.
For me. Oof.
That one album, Lauryn Hill.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, who has the cooler hip hop culture? Now, we just talked about this earlier. It's New York or LA, but I'm going to throw Atlanta in there too because I feel like we should be in the
coolest
conversation.
hip hop culture?
Yep.
I'm sure you mean right this moment. I come from the coolest hip hop culture in New York City. What it is now, I don't know. However, it sort of moves around,
Yeah.
and I think Atlanta is booming with it right now.
Which would be more important to you? I know that you received the Lifetime Achievement Award from the BET Hip Hop Awards, but would you rather receive a Lifetime Achievement BET Award or a Grammy for your new album?
Oh, I want both.
Okay.
Who is the better rapper turned actor, Queen Latifah or Will Smith?
Neutral.
I respect that answer. I respect that. Okay. Okay. Kendrick or Lil Wayne?
Uh, Look, I probably, you know what? I'm just gonna say Lil Wayne because Kendrick got he got the Super Bowl.
Okay.
I'll give it to both of them. But the interesting part about it is they've both been great contributors uh, in a quantitative type of way. However, they're very different people, and what they honor is very different as well. And so, yeah, that's interesting to eat. It's interesting that they're even in this space right now with, you know, the decision having been made who is going to be on. Is the NFL still on CBS?
Yeah, they have the AFC games on CBS.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
Yeah, that's a good point. So CBS they would lean more so towards Kendrick, but I think the Super Bowl
yeah,
airs
and
on
I do
Fox.
believe although they say JayZ makes the decision, I'm sure there's a voting process that comes into play. And, sometimes we have to be okay, and I know it because I used to have a potty mouth. You have to be okay with what doesn't happen because of what you put out there. For years, Essence Magazine didn't recognize me. But why should I have been recognized with the things that were, coming out of my mouth? It did not line up, or it didn't align with what it is that they say they are. So, that's one of those things that even though the game is happening in New Orleans, it's still a network television station, and they get to say who it is that appears.
Heard you.
Okay, which one is more important to hip hop, Brooklyn or the Bronx?
Ooh. Mm, Why you do that? I mean, of course, the Bronx is the birthplace. I can't, I was in Brooklyn listening to rockers. We didn't have hip hop quite yet. Yeah, the Bronx. That'll be
Okay.
the first and only time I say that.
Uh, you you could have said the Bronx is like the surrogate. It carried to birth.
Look at you.
Hip hop, and then Brooklyn, nurtured it, raised it up. It's all good. Now, this last question, me and Samaria were having a debate about this. I won't tell you where I fell. I won't tell you where Samaria fell on this matter, but I just need to know because you are in all aspects of the culture, right? Who is the biggest star risen from hip hop? Is it JayZ or Snoop Dogg? Biggest star.
They're both huge. It's just a matter of where they sit.
Okay.
You know, Jay is an executive behind the scenes making it happen after having a slew of hits and may not be as adored commercially as Snoop Dogg. If someone were to ask anyone who would they sit down to dinner with, who do you think they would say out of those two?
Well, it depends if they want to get high before the dinner. What? That's a fair argument, but no, probably Jay.
And well, I was going to say Snoop, but what is the definition of a star?
Transcends culture, race, and political climate. To me.
Snoop Dogg.
Okay. That's what I said. Maria didn't agree. She was very.
I said Ice Cube. I threw Ice Cube in there because I thought that he was a big star too. So
Respect. I don't know. Snoop is. You see Snoop. Snoop is everywhere. But enough about them. Like we appreciate this having this moment with you. This is incredible. Thank you for being a good sport with this or that. I know we tried to trip you up there a couple of times, so thank you
Yeah,
for
you
being
did.
graceful and gracious with us. Yeah. It was all out of love. We just believe in your discernment. That's all.
You know,
That's all.
I can see the sound bites now. Y'all done got me in trouble. But, you know, it is what it is. It's part of the game.
So before you get out of here, anything you want to let us know about your new album, One of One? Anything at all?
Just that it's worth the listen. And I'm excited about it. Got a lot of nice and wonderful, purposeful guest appearances on the record, from Q-Tip to Common, Stevie Wonder, Lil Mama, Ghostface. I'm just excited that I've had another opportunity to come with some music. We've got another album waiting right on the heels of this. Slick Rick, Anthony Hamilton, Tony Braxton. Wow. Like, I'm really pulling out all of the stops because I think DJ JayZ Jeff said it best: die empty. So I'm trying to give it all to the people before I leave.
Man, you working. Yeah. Congrats.
Working
yeah, Samaria, take us up out of here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, MC Lyte, thank you so much for joining us on The Fumble. We can't wait to hear your new album, One of One. And you all at home, make sure to go check out her album. It is out today. You let us know what you think down in the comments.
Thank you.
Love and light. Literally.
Love and light.